So having sex during a woman's moon cycle, menstrual cycle, period blood is the ultimate love elixir, the ultimate love spell, the ultimate binding spell when used properly. So for those of you that are like, oh my God, I don't believe in that, I'm totally against love spells. Well, if your partner is running red lights, then you're already casting on them, but without actually enjoying the benefits. Yeah, let's talk about it. Hello, long lost loves. How is everybody? It is I, your favorite witch's favorite witch here on YouTube, still on YouTube. Jasmine Atten, Mystic at the Crossroads. How are you? I love you. Happy New Year. We talked during your reading, but we haven't connected since then. It is February 1st. Happy Love Month. Oh my goddess, we are so well into the year. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about my favorite, most popular, highly controversial, very taboo, the one thing everybody wants to be like, can you do a love candle? It's like, yes, girl, you don't have to whisper. We're going to talk about love magic, what it is, what it isn't, the misconception, why you should be using it, when it works, when it doesn't work, who should not be touching it, some steps for it to be more effective. Oh my God, it's not what you guys think it is. I wish I could shout this from a tower. My last love spell video, first of all, shout out to my day oneers. Can I get a whoop whoop? If you're a day oneer, if you've been following me since Luna was jumping up and down in the window, and only my day oneers will know that. If you don't, it's okay. But if you have, comment down below and leave your email. I got something really special for y'all. For those of you who watched my last love spell video, which was like back in October, if you didn't, I'll link it down below. It was interesting because there was one person out of everybody who made a comment, and it was very clear she didn't watch the whole video, which is okay. It's totally fine. You don't have to watch it. But like, most people, they'll read titles. They'll watch maybe 3 minutes because that seems to be, you know, Homo sapiens attention span these days, and make an assumption, leave a comment. And it was funny because everyone else commented like, yeah, you either didn't watch the video or you totally missed the whole point. Did you see that video? Yes or no? Let me know. If you didn't, it's going to be in the description box. You should watch it. We are going to talk about love magic, and it's not what you guys think it is. I am so over. I don't know if I should say this because I might get blackballed. Okay, everybody's spiritual practice is different, so let's start there. But I am so over the one-sidedness of love spells and people's, first of all, there's misconceptions, but those misconceptions are because the information, the education that's being given to the people is not, it's not that it's not accurate, it's just one side of it. It's not the full scope. So when you only give a person this much of information, they don't have much else to go on, and then yeah, let's talk about this. So love spells. First and foremost, disclaimer, if you are someone who is, you're like, I don't do love spells, I don't believe in them, they're manipulative and this, that, and the other, this video is definitely for you because you are not totally misinformed. Actually, you're kind of right in a sense, but I can guarantee that you have some things, you've been given some information that's not entirely, I don't even want to say correct. It's just, there's so many different ways of doing things, right? Like you can fry a chicken, you can bake a chicken, you can air fry it, you can grill it. There's a lot of different ways to work with things. And I know you're still like, but I don't believe in it. I'm not trying to convince you. That's what I'm not trying to do. But if you don't believe in love magic, then you should at least stick around. I mean, at the very least, hear another piece of the information and make a judgment call from there. For those of you who are all for love spells, myself included, welcome. This video is definitely for you because a lot of people are using love magic the wrong way, myself included. I have learned, woo, so much. And we're gonna break this down on this tiny little list that I have. So, the misconception of love spells. Okay, 1, love spells do not make a person some love-drunk zombie that's just going to walk around like a yes man, be like, okay, I'll do it. As much as I would love that to be the case. Now, let me say this. Everybody's different. Everyone's affected by magic different. And there is a plethora of different types of magic, okay? So Can I say with 100% certainty? No, I cannot, because I don't practice every type of magic. I practice candle magic. But what I can tell you is we are thinking cognizant living beings with intelligence and the ability to choose for ourselves. So even though a love spell may not make a person walk around like a hypnotic zombie, they can have some very powerful effects, and they can definitely change the way a person thinks, feels. They can change the energy around your relationship. They can change, they can create a lot of changes. They can create what's called a sequence of events to either open opportunities for growth in a relationship, for protection in a relationship, for ending a relationship. Love spells can do a whole lot of things. I mean, the list can go on and on. I'm going to name off a few, but it's not just this cut and dry. Everybody seems to think that if you do a love spell, you're trying to manipulate someone, or you're trying to force somebody to love you, or trying to make this person love me. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen. And again, other types of magic, I can't speak on what their magic can do. But in candle magic, what I practice, which is like a little sprinkle of hoodoo. I'm eclectic, so I don't sprinkle of everything, right? But if we just stick to like candle magic, roots, herbs, oils, jar spells, that sort of thing, right? It can create powerful changes. It really, really can. And a big part of it has to do also with what a person is susceptible to, mentally and emotionally. We're going to get into that. But I try to educate my clients and educate my students, because if you come into this and you're expecting that you're going to cast this love spell on somebody and they're all of a sudden just going to fall in love with you, like if they didn't notice you before, or if they just don't, like they just don't, right? I mean, you're choosing on someone who doesn't even notice you. Now, can you get them to notice you? Can you do like an attraction or notice me spell? Absolutely, right? But I'm talking like if there's somebody who just doesn't like you, it's just not, there's no attraction, there's just nothing there on their part. And that happens, unfortunately, it does sometimes, right? And one is just in the space of, I'm going to make this person, you're going to love me, you're going to be obsessed with me, right? Love magic can definitely create some reactions and some changes, but they probably won't last very long. And at the end of the day, if there's nothing, like if there's zero, like there's nothing, absolutely nothing there. If it does work, it's going to take a lot of time and effort. But in my experience, it usually doesn't. And if it does, the micro changes aren't even enough to equal the desired result. That's in my experience. So love spells on someone who don't like you, don't want to know you, don't want to love you, doesn't know you, right? Like you casting on like the UPS guy or the mailman that you see every day, or your coworker who like works upstairs that really is married and doesn't even, like literally is in tunnel vision. Yeah, that's gonna take a lot, and it might not even be worth it, but that's, you know, a personal decision. Now, love spells on someone who you may be interested in, or vice versa. Someone that you know that there's chemistry, you know there's attraction, maybe there hasn't been an icebreaker, maybe there has been an icebreaker, but things is like, okay, so are we gonna go out? Like, are you gonna call me? Or, you know, those sort of things love spells are great for. Oh my God, they're great for. Because again, people are different, right? And there's a number, 101 million reasons, I won't get into those, why there's attraction between two people, and then maybe it doesn't go, or it's slow, or just, it's like, oh, we're this magnetic, like I can feel it. I can feel him or her. Like I can feel they like me and I like them too. And we just got this thing, but they don't call me or don't talk to me, or they haven't asked me out, right? And again, that's a whole lot of factors. Like that person might be married, they might be in a relationship, they might be heartbroken, they might be, girl, I'm not even gonna go there. There's 101 reasons, right? But what I can say to you is, whew, if there is someone that there is that energetic connection, like you know, for most of us, right? Sometimes we don't know, but for the most part, like you ever meet somebody, like you know when someone's attracted to you, even if they've never said it, like you can sense it, you can feel it, like I can just feel something. And most of the time, not all the time, most of the time the attraction is mutual. Sometimes it isn't. Sometimes they like us. We don't even, it's like, I'm sorry, who are you again? And vice versa. Sometimes we are really, really, really into someone. I see this a lot with my female clients. Well, most of my clients are female, but I see this a lot with my female clients who are really you know, trying to get to know someone, and maybe they've even gone out on some dates. They're really, really, really feeling him, and they don't understand why is he like, what is it? And it's like, it's the hardest thing for us women to accept that just because we are really into them, he checks off all our boxes. That doesn't mean we do the same. That does not mean that we check off all his boxes. I'm sorry. I mean, we check off all the boxes, right? But maybe his boxes, maybe he just doesn't like all the boxes. I don't know. And that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother discussion, because then you get into the why is he sleeping with me, but he doesn't really want. Whew. If y'all want a video on that, oh my God, if you want a Q&A or a live, I would love to do that, because we can get into the nitty gritty of those brains, but that's not this video. So my point is, love Magick on individuals that there is something there, even if there's no definitive, like you can feel it, I can sense it, something, I'm feeling something and I like it, and I think they like it too. What do I do with this, right? Now, then there is the love work on the person that you are involved with. So you are talking to, casually dating, maybe you are exclusively dating, maybe you are monogamous, or you have made it to the boyfriend and girlfriend, for the lack of a better choice of words, boyfriend and girlfriend, girlfriend and girlfriend, boyfriend and boyfriend. We are an item, right? Like it's just me and you. And then you go from that stage to whatever the next stage. So that's cohabitating or engaged or married, blah, 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 right? So there's love Magick for that. And this is all different. That's the thing about love spells, what people don't understand. Like it's different levels to Magick. When I have, particularly a new client, because those that either follow me or have been with me for a while, y'all already know how I get down. But for newer clients that come to me and they'll tell me, you know, I've been dating somebody for 6 weeks. I've been dating them for 3 months, and I know that he's the one. And I want to do like a marriage spell because I want him to propose. Now, listen, first and foremost, no judgment here, okay? You're looking at a woman who manifested a man in 2 weeks and got proposed to. I did a love spell, met my partner in 2 weeks, and he proposed 6 months later. So time is fluid, okay? Some people feel like, oh, and I do believe it does take time to get to know people, but time is fluid when you're working in Magick. However, when I do have clients that come to me, I love to have, this is where we have to have a phone call. I can't do an email consultation. I really want to talk to you. I want to get a feel for your energy. I want to pull some cards on the relationship. We want to really look at some things. Not saying that your intuition is wrong, because your intuition is probably right, but you have to understand that things happen in steps, just in real life, spiritual world as well. So for things to be effective, and so you don't feel like I'm spending all this money and this time and trying to make something happen, it's not happening. I was like, let's break this down into a stage, right? So you're feeling it. We're feeling it. We're getting in good. I like it. I want to lock him down. Like, this is it. I already know. He knows. Maybe he's told you. Maybe you guys have talked about it. Again, we're all grown here. There is no time frame for certain things. We know what we want when we want him. So it's like, I want to do this love spell and I want him to marry me, but we are not committed. We're not even exclusive. In fact, he's still on the dating site and probably talking to other people. And well, technically I, hooked up with my ex last week. Whew, slow down. I'm not saying any of those things. You can do all of that. What I'm saying is, let's just one thing at a time. You can't jump from, casual dating to he's going to bust out on one knee and propose to you. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I've known people that has happened to, and I know people who have met and got together and got really quickly. But there's that middle part where the other people that they're dealing with, or you're dealing with, or both, are eliminated. That has to happen. And sometimes, depending on the circumstances, it's not even that easy. So you want me to do a love spell to take the person that you are casually seeing, and you both are totally open to wanting to marry you. Let's backtrack. What we're going to do first is we are first going to have that person's attention, their thoughts and feelings that they're pouring into you, redirect it to you 100%, right? And vice versa. So what that means is if you are dealing with somebody that you guys are in an open thing and you're dating, he's dating, she's dating, whatever, they need to want to only be with just you in a exclusive type of setting, because to jump from one or the other, mind you, there are other people involved, that's energy. They've got to go somewhere. They've either got to be dismissed or they have to leave on their own. And it's a whole nother video. So I always say, let's start with commitment work. Before we go to the let's get married, right? Let's start with commitment. Can we get you guys in him particularly, or her, but my experience, men, him only wanting you. Like all these other women are irrelevant. He's not interested. They don't do it for him. He finds you to be the one that just fulfills everything that he's looking for in someone that he can consider to be a life partner. Pause, just for the record. I should have said this in the beginning, but this video also, we're focused and centered on life partners, forever partners. I don't like to say soulmate because I guess you can, but we have so many different soulmates. However, I'm really talking about those of you who are looking to attract your forever person that you're wanting to build a life with. And if that's not what you want, please feel free to hang out. You will get value from this video. But we're not really just talking about someone who is just looking to casually date, maybe have a boyfriend, but no, they're not the one. Like, I don't know, where you guys are. I am 38 in about 27 days. So marriage and family is very important to me. So we're talking about magic to attract that genuine, healthy, loving, committed relationship. I should have said that in the beginning, so I don't want to confuse anybody. If you're listening and you're like, wait a minute, why is she going on this tangent about commitment and all? I thought we were talking about love spells and, I have a whole thing about breakup series and sex magic. We'll get into that. If you want it, I recorded it, but if you want it, I'll post it. If you don't, I'll go on to something else. So, like I was saying, commitment work. Let's go from open dating to commitment, where he is thinking about you, or she, but again, he, right? Because most of my clients, and I date men, so I know I can work them. Let's get him into a place where he is thinking about you constantly, where you are the apple of his eye, the one on his mind, the one that he's calling on a Tuesday to make a Saturday night date. He's chasing you down to talk to you. He on his own, without you saying anything, without there being an issue, without anybody being told, he is closing the door and cutting the chapters off of whoever else may be in the back pocket, or kind of, the hang around or the hook around or whatever, because he does not want to run the risk of losing you. So he, even without saying it, is already moving away from perhaps the other options and really harnessing and focusing in his attention on you. That's more communication, that's spending more time together, that's more open dialogue, that's being more expressive, that's really getting into what are we doing, what do we want, all those sort of things, right? So that's a micro of part of what commitment work, or at least the way I do my commitment work. And even for some people are exclusive. They are exclusive. They are monogamous. They are not in an open relationship. However, they also aren't at that stage of feeling that they are fully committed. They are not, we are together, but what is the end game? Like, am I going to be your 5-10 year girlfriend? Like, are we going to propose to? Are we going to have what is the goal? And that's another thing that is so critical, even in love spells. And this is why I talk about there's such a misconception, because people think that they can just they can just do all these love spells and make something happen that someone else is like 1,000,000% against. Again, I'm not saying things don't change, people don't change, but if you know that you want to be a wife and a mother and you're dating someone who has clearly said to you, I have no intentions on doing that. I don't ever want to be married, or I was, and I was like, it's not even a, well, maybe one day, right? Like, I can work with maybe one day, but it's like, no, no, no. Again, I'm not saying it can't happen, but God, how much work and time and energy is that going to take? We have to really be decisive in evaluating where to invest our time and our energy and our money. Because, oh, are you okay? so sorry. Are you okay? Come here, baby. I'm so sorry. Luna was in a dead sleep coma. She just fell off of the sofa. I don't know if you guys heard that. She just hit the ground. I am so sorry. I'm trying to record. Come here, baby. Oh, she looks like she's hurt. Forgive me. She just turned 9, by the way. Luna's birthday was a couple days ago, and Stormy's birthday is tomorrow. And she's getting older. Oh my God, my cat. Hi, Mama. I just watched her out my peripheral in her dead sleep hit the floor. Do you need guardrails or something? Okay. I apologize. Cat mom. But anyway, yeah. So we have to really, like, I'm not in the business of us getting our heart broken. I'm in the business of us getting a husband. So if they're like, you have to decide. I'm not saying that it can't be done or the work can't be done, or, I mean, hell, that's what I'll do the work. But, you know, I want us to all be very realistic. So for the person that, you know, y'all are digging each other, right? And it's just, we're in this, like, we're exclusive, but we're not committed, and I don't know where this is gonna go. Like, yeah, again, if you're, and no offense to anybody, don't take this the wrong way. If you're 25, then maybe you're in the prime of your life in your career, and you're building, you're figuring things out, and you don't mind, like, you're okay with being in a relationship and not getting, like, rushing into getting married. And it's like, I don't, you know, 3, 4 years. You can be somebody's 3-year, 4-year, 5-year girlfriend, whatever, right? I'm not saying you can, I'm just saying, versus someone like me, who's 30, almost 38. I am about to be nobody's 3-year girlfriend. You got about 18 months from the time we meet. You got about 18 months, or I'm moving on because my eggs is ticking and all that sort of stuff. But this isn't about me. I'm just saying that because I know that there's a lot of women. I talk to 99.5% of women on a daily. And when you are in this age bracket, especially whether you have kids or you don't, some women want more, some women want one, and some are like, hell no, I don't want no more goddamn kids, wherever you are. The point is, when you're in your mid-30s, you ain't trying to be nobody's 5-year, yeah. Anyway, it took me 6 months, and if I didn't see anything coming in the next 6 months, we would have been done. But anyway, okay, so love spells. I love Magick. I get so much energy and downloads. I need to take a break. Tequila and squirt. Who knew? Okay. Love spells can be very effective for moving and guiding the relationship to a more committed stage. And from that commitment stage, once you guys have established we are committed and there is a clear understanding of what we're doing, there's nothing worse than being in a relationship, dating somebody, and you don't really know what's the end game. Are we just, you know, what's the purpose? Are we in this? And if you don't know, that's okay. That is okay. I'm talking to those of you who are like, I know what I want. I know that I want to be married. I know that I want to have children or another child. I know that I know what I want, and I know the type of person and partner that I need, right? So that is extremely important, because that's a question I'm going to ask you if you decide to do a consultation with me or do love work. I'm going to ask you those things, because that makes a difference in how your spell is constructed. That makes a difference in how you maneuver. That makes a difference in how you work your magic. We're going to talk about working your own magic. You don't have to pay a spellcaster. You can do it yourself, or you can hire someone to help you, guide you, coach you, but you can do love work yourself. So my point, that was very long-winded, even for me. My point was, you can't go from casually, we're just out here, to I want him to drop down on one knee and propose, when there are so many other things in between. We go from casual to committed, and from committed to married. And that's the way I work with clients, and that's the way I do my love spells. Some other people don't. A lot of other practitioners will promise you things, and maybe they can do it, maybe they can't, I don't know. But I come from a place of practicality combined with magic. We have to be realistic in some things. Now, I'm all for fake it till you make it. You guys have heard me say that. I am all for about being delusional. Queen of delusional. Mind hacking. Everything starts up here. However, we also have to be cognizant of where we're at right now. Doing a marriage spell on a man who doesn't want you, or is like, I never want to get married again, or at all. Before I would even take your money, I'm going to say, let's do a reading and let's evaluate this. Let's figure this out. And maybe, I'm not a therapist. Don't claim to be one. Ain't trying to be one. You know, maybe you should explore why you want to do a marriage spell on someone who says that they don't want it. Again, I'm not saying I'm against it. But I am not in the business of people getting their heart broken. And I understand that you don't have a money tree in your backyard, and my sleep is precious. So let's not waste your money. Let's not waste my time. And let's get you the relationship that you truly want, desire, and deserve. Yeah, we'll go into that. That could be a part 2. That's that topic in itself. It's a whole nother video. All right, so why should love magic really be used? So this is when love magic can be, I mean, it can be used for anything, but when is it most effective? And when maybe you should reconsider. So number 1, attraction work, love spells on yourself. Oh my goodness, ladies, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. If you ever talk to me, you already know I get so excited. Putting a love spell on yourself is amazing. There are so many different love spells that you can put on yourself because it starts with you. Everybody wants to look outside of themselves. When there's a problem, you want to look outside yourself. You want to blame somebody. When there's a problem in a relationship, well, you did this and you did that. What about you? It takes two to tango, right? When you want to attract, when you want to summon your soulmate, attract your forever person, attract any person. I don't care if you just want to have a one-night stand. If you want to attract whatever it is, it starts with self. I tell everybody all the time, put the love spell on yourself, right? Before you put it on another person. You might not even have to put it on another person. It's so much easier to spell yourself than it is somebody else. Do you know why people christen babies and baptize them? I mean, I know you know why, right? But all cultures have some sort of ceremony, right? To welcome that beautiful spirit into this earth. It's also to protect them from women like me who will put a spell on him. They're trying to protect that baby boy from the witches. Well, guess what? I'm that witch. And protect them from other things. And bless them. And all those other, I already hear it. Somebody is about to pull out their thumbs and start typing on their keyboard about the comment I just made and want to educate me on the purpose of baptizing and christening. I'm making a statement here. People do ceremonial things to their children to help protect them, bless them, encompass them later in life, right? If they don't keep that spiritual protection up, then they're more susceptible to magic. Do as I will with that information. So, attracting a new person, putting love spells, attracting yourself. Attract yourself. Are you attracted to yourself? Would you date you? Now, you don't have to answer that. If you want to answer it, I would love to hear in the comments. I would love, because this is why I love talking to women, because we're amazing, right? And you men, you guys are, listen, I love men. Would you date you? List one. I would love to see what everybody says. Comment down below one reason why you would date you. And your birthday, because I would, oh my God, if you see the zodiac signs and everybody's thoughts about it's really amazing. I know why I would date me, because I'm a Pisces, and that's probably the #1 reason why most people won't date me. But anyway, would you date you with where you are right now? And this is a serious question. This is in my shadow work for dating journal. That's an exercise that I have. It's a PDF for some of my students. Like, would you date you? And I'm talking, not what you want people to see. Like, would you date you where you are right now? What you want out of a relationship, are you in a position to be that partner? So if you're someone that's like, well, I want a house and I want to have a family and I want to go out of the country and I want to take trips and I want to be a business owner, right? Are you there? If you're not there, it's okay, because we are all building. Are you making steps to that? You know what I'm saying? If you are saying you want to attract a certain type of partner and you want to have children and travel and all this stuff, but you're unemployed, and I'm not knocking anybody. Please, please, please understand, I'm not knocking anybody. I'm talking about mindset when it comes to attracting that type of relationship. Where are you really at? Are you healing? Did you go through a traumatic relationship? Were you in an abusive relationship? Were you dating a narcissist? Were you abused? Do you have sexual issues? Like, we can all want these things, and then when these things get presented to us, we can sabotage them because we realize that what we want and where we are and how we're able to show up doesn't line up. So before you even jump the gun as to, I'm looking for a person with this, I want them tall, with money, and then it's like, well, okay. Are you ready? Are you in a space to receive the things that you're asking for? Okay. If you are, comment in the comment box a little pink heart. Let's trigger the universe, right? So for those of you that do feel that you are in a space in your life where you're like, yeah, I'm pretty straight. Like, if I met somebody, I'm ready to, you know, move forward. And I'm not saying you got to have $1,000 million in the bank or perfect credit. I'm just saying, are you mentally and emotionally able to receive what they're giving? A lot of times people want to be in relationships. They want that commitment. And they may or may not realize that when that person comes into their life, there's still some things that they might have not worked out quite yet. And then it can kind of show up. And that can somewhat sabotage. Again, I'm not a therapist. That's a whole nother video. But we're going to talk about some things to prevent that too. So my point is, with my clients that I work with who are like, I'm ready to meet the forever person. I'm ready. I want my husband. I want. What you want and what you're ready to receive and very important, be viewed as ready to receive is very different, because love magic or not, when you're dealing with another person, especially if you're dealing with men, he's just how you're analyzing and sizing him up, he's doing the same thing. He's looking at you like, well, and I'm not talking about what you bring to the table. Honey, we're women. However, you know, no one wants, pause, Jasmine, that's controversial. It's better for everyone if we're all on the emotional same page. And I'm gonna leave that there. If you want me to elaborate later, I will. So love magic is great for all of those things. It's great for self-love. It's great for, you know, helping us gain clarity. It's great for making us a walking love magnet. Whew, that's what I'm all for. It's good for getting noticed. Love magic, believe it or not, can also be used in workplace settings, in career settings, in legal settings. Love, and this, yes, we are talking about romantic love, but since we're talking about it, I'm gonna throw it in. Love spells and love work can be used for favoritism. It can be used so that your efforts is recognized, so that your boss sees the work that you're putting in. There's nothing worse than putting in a lot of time, energy, effort into work and it's not recognized, it's not seen, nobody sees it, right? To feel taken advantage of. Love magic can be used, or sympathetic magic, in legal cases for things to go your way. Maybe you haven't been heard. Oh God, I hear this all the time. Child custody cases, divorce cases, where you're just not even being acknowledged, you're not being heard. Like, it's like, hello, is anybody even listening to my side of the story? I don't understand, right? And, right? So love magic or sympathetic magic can be used in that regard. Oh God, people use love magic and spell work in court cases all the time. And yeah, love magic can be used, like I said, in workplace settings. You start a new job, you want your job, you got hired, you want to maintain it, you know, probation, 90-day probation, you can get thrown out anytime. You want people to embrace you, you want your coworkers, you want your boss to really see you. So those are just kind of off-label ways to use love magic. Now, getting someone to propose, absolutely. There are proposal spells, but again, the cocktail has to be right. Like, the cocktail's gotta be right. So when someone's come to me and they're like, I've been in a relationship for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or it doesn't matter, right? Whatever time frame, but especially for those of you ladies who are like, we've been together for 5 years. We have a family, like we have a child or what have you. and I want to get married. Like he hasn't popped the question. And that's a whole nother thing too. Everybody's circumstances is different. Men are very fickle little creatures, and most men, they're primal, right? Like their primal instincts are to be able to protect and provide. And I counsel my clients about this, because if your man is not in a position to where he feels he can protect and provide, chances of him wanting to propose are gonna be moving slower, because he knows once he pops that question, once he puts that ring on your finger. And I know you're like, but we're already living together, we're already doing, like, I don't understand what the difference is. Well, it's a mental, it's a psychological, it's a primal, it's a cellular molecular thing in their DNA that changes a lot, because now you're expecting to get married, right? And there is a shift in energy. There is a shift in, again, everybody's different, so I'm not trying to generalize. It depends on your relationship, but there is a shift. There's an energetic shift when a man proposes. Responsibilities, these things change the commitment, right? So if he hasn't proposed yet and he's still there, for someone's like, we've been together, like, this is my turning point. I can't anymore. He either needs to shit on the pot or get off. I'm like, okay, girl, you know what? Let's get your ring. But also understand, like, I always ask my clients, well, why hasn't he proposed? Because that's important. I mean, and I know everybody may not want to disclose, but the best thing, don't lie to your spiritual practitioner. I'm psychic, I probably already know. The best way for me to help you is to understand the situation. So it's like, why doesn't he propose? Did you know from the beginning he never wanted to get married and you're just holding on to it? Because if you said he never wanted to get married, chances are he's not going to. Or did something happen along the way that marriage is an option? Is he broke? Shit, y'all struggling and he don't have no money and he's just like, I'm here and I want to be with you, but a husband, I can't even, I'm working part-time. So those are all factors to consider. I'm not saying that love magic cannot make those things happen, but practitioners will not tell you that. It plays a huge part. So then someone's like, well, I did this marriage spell, and how come he hasn't proposed? Well, he doesn't have any money to buy a ring, honey. Maybe you should have did a money spell, or a road opener, or a love opener, or a blockbuster. You did a love spell for someone to propose marriage who is been laid off. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. Like, oh, it's not about the ring. If he just proposed, yeah, and that's beautiful. But we're women and they're men. And let's just be realistic. A man's ego, right, and his primal nature, and if he loves you, he wants to give you the best that he can. He's not going to feel adequate, and I'm not saying all men, but some men, they want to go through the gesture. Pause. Hey, Google, turn off alarm. That's my signal. I've been running my mouth too long. She doesn't listen. Hey, Google. Hey, Google, turn off alarm. Again, some men, there's other men that say they don't care. They'll be like, hey, will you marry me? I'll get you a ring. And there's people, again, there's people that don't care. I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to you who is like, why won't he propose? And it's like, he doesn't have no money to even buy a ring. And that's for a man. Remember, men, they're logical. They're egos. They're very different. They're not like us. And I know you know that, but they are not like, they are biologically, mentally, molecularly completely different. So again, I'm not in the business of heartbreaks, and I'm not saying magic can't work. I'm not saying magic won't make that man go find 5 jobs and buy you a ring. I'm saying let's just kind of, you know, let's work with what we got that we know can be successful. And let's be realistic about the situation, because if we're not realistic, I can't construct your spell the right way. If you tell me, Jasmine, he doesn't want to get married, but we have a child and I fucking earned it because I've been here and he's going to marry me, then I'm going to be like, girl, this is what we need to do, right? If you tell me, Jasmine, he loves me and we want to get married, but he hasn't proposed and we don't have any money, we're struggling, I'm going to say, pause. Okay, this is what we need to do. Because that's you see how different those are? Same situation, invested, love, right? When you get it. Love magic can work for all that. And I could go down, I mean, this video could go on for hours. I could go down 1,000 reasons why you should do love spells. Oh, here's one. Biggie. Protecting your investment. Protect your protection. Protect your relationship. Now, somebody, just like the people in the last video, is going to say, Jasmine, I don't believe in putting love spells on a man to make him love me or to make him stay with me or to make him, or I'm not going to keep him. If he wants to go, he can go. I'm not talking to you. For those of you that are like, it's manipulative, and well, you know what? Men are manipulative. I'm sorry. They are. And so are women. People are manipulative. That's the name of the fucking game. But protect your investment, because there's energy. If you are in those of you, everybody's not going to get this. This is going to go so over so many people's heads. And that's okay. I love y'all too. But for those of you who are like, you know, there is energy. I'm not talking about third parties. I'm not talking about other people. I'm not talking about his hating ass mom. I'm talking about there's just energy in environments that we come out of. And that energy attaches to us. And if someone, you or your partner, is not or has not been raised in the type of environment of cleansing and spiritually protecting and sort of just releasing things, then you're collecting energy and it's just attached to you. It's like trying to put beautiful organic food in a dirty refrigerator. It's going to spoil like tomorrow, right? So energy is important. Someone said this to me, and it's so interesting. And maybe if you can relate to this, I would love to just say I can relate. You don't have to go into details. Someone told me that their partner, their male partner, told them that every time she's on the phone with her girlfriends and her girlfriend's going through something in their relationship, they end up fighting, right? That's a transfer of energy. And she had her reasoning, right? But I hear that a lot. Like, has that ever happened to you? You may be, you're talking to your friend that's going through something, and the next thing you know, you and your partner are like bickering. You're like, wait a minute, what happened? Right? Maybe, maybe not. If you're an empath and you're sensitive, then whatever. So energy where you work, your environment, who you're around, who you hang out with, who your partner hangs out with, all that comes back into your house. Do you know that? Do you know that the energy that you pick up comes into your house? So you both are at work all day. Maybe your kids are at school all day. Maybe your kids are at school with their classmate who is living in a home and their parents are really going through a very, very challenging and difficult divorce, and they're at each other's throat day and night, fighting, arguing. The poor kid is there, and he's just there. He's just coming to school, minding his own business, but he's carrying energy. And now he's hanging out in the classroom and playing with your kid and your kid. I mean, I know that's probably a really big one, but I'm trying to give you an example of how energy works, right? You are talking to your partner, homegirl, best friend, coworker, sister, brother, cousin, mama, whoever, who is in a really abusive, fucked up, whatever, right? Energy. And you've done an energy exchange. Not saying that that's going to cause your relationship to fall, but you're bringing this energy into your home. And over time, before you know it, things are off. Energy's chaotic. It's like, why is things off in the house? Excuse me. That's not the case for everybody, but also a lot of people are not very cognizant of how energy works and doesn't understand. So you're like, why are we not getting, like, what happened? Now, I'm not saying that some people, there's free, shit happens, right? People make mistakes, people make choices, but energy is huge. Protect your relationship, okay? The receptionist is choosing on your partner. She may not say anything and he may be faithful, but her, right? Not saying that it would ever happen, but that energy of somebody else attaching, right? The best thing you can do is do love work to protect your relationship, your marriage, your partnership, your domestic partnership. I don't care where you are. I don't care what stage you're in. Even if you're just dating, even if you haven't even decided whether you want them or not, but you know that you don't want anything to sabotage it before it has a chance to get started, then do some protection work around your relationship. Put up a love altar. It doesn't have to look like anything crazy. Get a candle from Bath & Body Works. Get Magick at the Crossroads oil. Maybe a pendant. Just saying. But no, seriously, create a love altar. I'll do, if you guys want, I think I want to do that for Love Month. I want to do an in-depth, I've did it before. I want to do an in-depth, like if you want an in-depth video on how to create a love altar to manifest your forever person, like the one I did when I met my fiance. Oh my God, it was so much fun. I'll do that, but you have to comment. And depending on, if I don't get a lot of comments, I'm not going to do it. But if you do want it, I'll do it, because I bought all, I'm doing a I'm doing a marriage spell for the new moon. So I got all this stuff, and it would be kind of nice to show more than just the person who paid for the ritual. I could show you guys. But anyway, so protect your relationship. I believe in maintenance magic. Relationships need work. We all know that. We all hear that, right? Like a marriage, you have to work at it. A relationship, you have to work at it, right? Your car needs gas. It goes to the car wash. Like anything needs maintenance. Why wouldn't your relationship need maintenance? Would you drive a brand new Tesla off of the lot with no insurance? You just bought your Tesla. Somehow they let you go. I don't know where you are. If you're in California, you can't leave the lot without full coverage. Like they're like, call the insurance. Literally, you can call the insurance. In fact, we have an insurance broker next door. You're not taking this car without insurance. Would you drive a brand new car? So you're rolling down the street in your beautiful new car that you got liability for, but you didn't get full coverage, and you're headed into Chick-fil-A. I don't like Chick-fil-A. You're headed into somewhere, and somebody happens to ram into you, or vice versa, and you have no insurance. Why would you do that? Would you go to the doctor's office with no health insurance, and they're like, I'm sorry, well, you can see the doctor, but it's gonna be like a $300 visit, not to mention all of your lab tests. You're like, whoa, hold on, I'm gonna go get my insurance card. So why wouldn't you protect something that you are considering investing? Time is an investment. Love is an investment, not one that you can write on a check either. You talking about you want to live with them and have a baby and life and share bills and be responsible for each other? That's an investment. And if I commit to this investment, oh, hell no. I'm going to protect it because something trying to come in and sabotage it. It is so much easier to protect your relationship than it is to try to reconcile a breakup. And if you're a client of mine, then you already know, because we done been through it. I'll ride with you to the end, but I'll tell you, it'd be less work on me and less money on you if when you met him or when you decided to make the commitment, let's go ahead and put some protection work. Protection is not making them think, do, or act a certain thing. It's keeping negative energy and outside influences out. It's keeping your partner, you and your partner, focus on each other. We are human. We are born to reproduce, procreate, and be attracted to more than one person. Whoever came up with the whole monogamy thing, probably a woman. I don't know. I'm not saying yes, no, or indifferent. I'm just saying that we are created to be attracted to more than one person. That's how our bodies work. That's how we work. So you're asking someone, and don't you go typing, well, they made it. I'm not doing that. They made a commitment. Yeah, I'm talking about primal nature. You are asking primal individuals who are born to be attracted to multiple people. If you weren't born to be attracted to multiple people, then you probably, how many people have you had sex with? You were attracted to them. At least I hope you were, right? So if you've had intercourse with more than one person, that means you were attracted to more than one person. Is natural. You want this person, a man of all things, to be committed and only look at you, and vice versa. Like we're saying, and women are different, but we are different, but sometimes you're like, I don't know, some sprinkles on your ice cream. I don't know. What I'm saying is two people are coming together and promising to only be committed to each other, even though we are biologically wired to see something else that's nice looking or feeling and spark something. We are asking each other to pretend that we're blind. Not to mention the fact that there are others out there that don't come from the same concept and could care less. Protect your relationship, and there's nothing wrong with doing that at any stage. You can meet somebody on a date, meet them, go out and protect it, and then decide you don't want to date them. You're not hurting them. You're just keeping out anything that could potentially, I don't want to say sabotage. And then this goes into the whole, I can feel somebody, well, there's free will. Guess what? Let me say something about free will. Oh my God, I hope I don't get blackballed from YouTube. Practitioners are going to hate me. If a spell's going to work, it's going to work. And you can cast all the love spells, but yes, people do have, I don't even like to call it free will, because fuck free will. What is that? It's not, well, I mean, when I do, I don't care about their free will, but they do have a brain, and they are breathing, living, and they are conscious enough to make a decision. You can be hit with the highest dose of magic and be led and filled and heart-centered and everything, like almost become a zombie and still not do it. And for those people who are saying, I know a lot of people are like, well, I know something, and they got, people that, I don't want to even go there. I don't feel like pissing people off, and that's a whole lot to explain, and I just don't have the energy. There are some people who are very easily, extremely taken over by different types of magic, and do things that they would never do inside of a relationship, outside of a relationship. Again, we're not going to talk about that per se. I can if you want to, but everything starts with a thought. So, I mean, again, back to, we're walking between the worlds, the physical world and the spiritual world. For someone to act on something, there has to be a thought planted. And 9 times out of 10, spell work will only bring out and enhance, not only, but it can bring out and enhance what's already naturally there. So spell work will enhance what is already there. So if we're talking about 2 people who are in a committed, loving relationship, and then there's this outside source that comes in and tries to do some spell work or a breakup spell, not saying that these 2 committed people, something can't happen, because it's energy, especially if they don't have protection, it can. But if someone is able to do a spell on your partner and they just like this, I mean, like there's just like, if they're able to do that, they've already been, the thought is all somewhere up in here. Not saying that they were planning to cheat per se. However, the desire, the idea, the fantasy of what someone else might be like, it was already there. And if your relationship foundation is not as strong as it could be, if it's been weakened over time for life, circumstances, bills, fights, whatever, right? If the foundation, and even the strongest foundations, the ones that seem to be that strong, right? And I'm not saying man or woman. Women cheat too, right? Women, we all do things. My point is, if somewhere there was a seed in that mind, subconsciously, unconsciously, or cognitively, that was already there, and then somebody manipulates or comes in with magic, then it makes it a lot harder for that person to resist doing the thing that they said they won't do, but the truth is they kind of want to, but they know they shouldn't. That was not a good explanation. Don't come for me in the comments, because I know somebody's going to try. I mean, you're free to comment what you want, but if it's disrespectful, you're getting blocked. But do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, do you understand? I'm not making an excuse, and I'm not saying, you know, spell work makes people do things or doesn't make people do things, because it does both. It does and it doesn't. And then there are some people that they already want to do certain things. It's already there because it's our natural instinct, and the energy comes in and enhances it, and the foundation's already fucked up. So then, boom, you have a tower card. If you know, you know. I'm at 52 minutes. Oh, God, these videos be so long. I've been trying to have 20-minute videos with you guys, because YouTube be like, girl, you talk too much, and that doesn't happen. We're not even halfway through the list. And oh, God. Anyway. All right, moving right along. When not to do magic. Oh my goddess. Never. When not to do magic. So I believe in everything, and I believe magic works clearly, and I obviously believe in love spells. I don't care what you do. This whole black magic, white magic, it's all energy. It's moving energy. What you choose to do with it is up to you, okay? I don't come from a place of what you should or what you shouldn't. Yeah, if that was the case, I couldn't be in business. You have to decide for yourself. What I say is, when not to do magic, when you can't afford it, when it's going to break unless it is something, I mean, like, this is really necessary, right? my partner's filing for divorce. I'm gonna lose my kids. I'm about to be evicted. My relationship is crumbling. They're like I'm trying to do. This is my last resort. I have no other options. This situation is a life altering situation, and I don't have the money, but this is a life altering situation. Go for it. Don't do magic when your lights are about to get cut off and you trying to he hasn't called me, and I mean, you can, that's up to you. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, like, if it's not in the budget, don't force it. It's probably not the time. Don't do magic. Don't do love spells when you don't believe they're going to work. Don't do love spells when you're second guessing. Don't do love spells. Don't do love spells. Oh, I don't even know how I should say this. Don't do love spells, good, bad, or indifferent, on another person if you haven't taken a minute to evaluate yourself and the part that you've played to get you to where you are. It is very normal for us to look outside of ourselves, point the finger and blame. Well, this person did this, and they may very well be the entire cause of the entire relationship being in the position that it's in, and you're trying to fix it. But before you do that, maybe you should ask yourself, why are you trying to fix a relationship that isn't fulfilling? And it takes two to tango. I'm not saying, and trust me, I've dealt with, there are situations, circumstances where you've done nothing wrong. You've literally done nothing wrong. Like, this person has done all of this. Why? So the question goes back to, everything starts with, don't do a love spell unless you have fully analyzed your part. Do you have a part? You have a part. Or you're like, I don't have a part. I was really an innocent. Okay, that's fine. And if you didn't play any part at all, meaning nothing you did warranted whatever happened, but you're trying to fix it, then you need to ask yourself, why? Why am I trying to fix a relationship with someone who did this to me? Or why am I trying to fix something that's sometimes, oh gosh, and this hits home for me. Even as a witch, I love witch. I've been practicing magic forever. You know, your girl, I'm almost 38. I've been around the rodeo. Someone had left a really nasty comment months ago about whatever. Listen, I'm in LA. I'm almost 38. I'm a Pisces. I'm a grown-ass fucking woman. I've dated. I've been engaged. I'm engaged now. I was engaged before. Not my first time. I've lived a little. And I'm a love witch, but I'm also human. And we make decisions that create sequence of events, right? The biggest thing I've learned, whoo, gosh, and I've done some love spells. Talk about obsession. Oh, we talk about motherfuckers banging at your door and acting crazy and banging you to the 5 in the morning. Anyway. Those are the good love spells until you can't get rid of them. But anyway, evaluate yourself first and ask yourself, what part did I play? How did I contribute to this? Did I? If you did or if you didn't. I'm not saying, you know, if you didn't, okay, well, you didn't. And if you didn't, if you have a 0, you're like, yeah, -0, me 0, them 10, then you might want to ask yourself why you want to do a love spell in the first place. I don't care what your reason is. When you come to me as a client, I don't say I don't care. I care about you as a person. I don't care what your reason is. It's your relationship. What you do and how you move and the results of your love spell do not affect my life. I mean, I empathize with you, but at the end of the day, that's you and that person and whatever. I ain't in the bed. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just doing the work. So I don't care what your reason is. It doesn't matter to me. It matters to you. And that also makes a big difference into the results that you get. And you can share it. You don't have to share it. I already know, so it doesn't really matter. But I just say, again, we're not into heartbreaks and we're not into wasting money in 2024. So let's just be realistic. Like, You want to do a love spell on somebody, but you failed to forget. Well, your action sequence of events created their action, and it's why you guys are here. So everybody wants to put a spell on someone else to make them correct their behavior. What work are you going to put in? Because this is one thing, and if you, oh my God, if you've ever had a spell with me, I tell you guys 100 times, we can do love work, we can reconcile, we can bring your partner back, we can prevent a breakup, we can move you to marriage, we can find you a new partner, we can get you a man, honey. That's the one thing I can do is get you a man. But you got to be able to want to keep them. And if somebody don't want to be kept, well, there's a spell for that too. But then, you know, it's like, do I really want to do that? My point is, let's be very honest here when it comes to magic, because magic is energy. And our thoughts, feelings, emotions affect our energy. So if you're doing a love spell to try to correct something and you know, but you're denying yourself of what your part had to play with it, but in the back of your mind it's playing, that energy is going to sabotage your love work. I'm the last person you have to withhold stuff from. I don't need to know your business. I probably don't even want to know it. Share with, and that's me. I mean, that's if you come to me. You don't have to come to me. You don't have to ever talk to me. You can do spell work on your own. You can go hire somebody else. Half of these witches ain't gonna tell you this, but whatever. My point is, if you do decide to go to a professional practitioner, whether it's me or otherwise, your best bet is to be fully transparent, because we can't help you without all the details. And someone's gonna be, well, don't you read cards? Shouldn't you know? It's your life and your problem that you want me to fix, so I need the details so I know. You know why? Because licorice root and calamus work differently. If we are dealing with a man who is lying and cheating versus a man who is feeling emasculated and doesn't have any money and wants to leave the relationship, those are two different kind of herbs. Those are two different kind of spells. So if you come to me and say, Jasmine, I want to sell you my relationship, but you don't tell me why, I can't dress your candles properly. So love spells are expensive. And I don't even charge a quarter of the price of most people. Anyway. Don't do love spells when you can't afford them or when you haven't assessed your part in the relationship. I'm not saying you can't get it done. I'm saying let's just be realistic, because that's going to change the kind of work we need to do. And maybe we need to talk about what you need to do. Yeah, because it takes two. Okay, we talked about steps from single to married. We talked about when not to do them. We talked about a little bit about why you should do them, what the purpose of them is. Did we talk about the purpose? I think you guys should probably get the purpose. It's not a love drunk zombie walking around, oh, okay, I'll do it. It is to enhance, it is to grow, it is to move the relationship, it is to protect the relationship, it is to attract a new forever person, it is to attract the person that's going to work for you. When people tell me I keep meeting and dating the same man and I keep having the same experience, it's like the same person in a different package. Oh, y'all not gonna like this one. Common denominator. There's something energetically or in the three-dimensional world, emotionally, psychologically, I don't know. But if you are having the exact same experience with the same partner over and over and over again, we all hear lessons, but that doesn't sink in. I'm not saying these people aren't right. I'm saying it takes two to tango. There is something going on in here that needs to be evaluated. And a candle's not going to burn that away unless we are fully in recognition of why we are attracting that to us. Now, let's talk about the good shit. Obsession. Domination, commanding, obsession, make them go fucking wild. Oh my God, these are my favorite. I love obsession spells. I know everything I just said, you're like, wait, she's so contradicting. She just said she loves obsession spells, but fuck yes, I love obsession spells. You know why? Because if you're going to play in my honeypot, and if I'm going to commit to being fully just open and allow you into my space, into my life, if I'm going to make that commitment to you, mind you, for you lady lovers, I mean, I'm a woman, so I get it, but again, I don't know what it's like to date me, but I know men. Obsession spells, yes, I am going to be your walking, breathing, sleeping, end all, be all. When you close your eyes, you're going to see my face. Now, that is different than making somebody who doesn't want me. This is making the person who does want me intoxicated. You cannot escape me until I dismiss you, you peasant. Oh. Well, I know that was probably, oh, somebody's going to be like, oh my God. Anyway, I don't care. My point is, obsession spells can be necessary. You have to be careful. God, you have to be careful. There are times to do them. Domination spells, commanding spells, and they work. And I believe, yes, you should do them. Woo! But be very careful, because there are some people who, unfortunately, some people are a little more sensitive than others. And one thing about magic that's not really talked about a lot in the magical world, I guess because it's the magical world, so people seem to bypass the emotional, physical. But you know, if you're doing love work on someone who naturally already, before they, just who they are, has obsessive tendencies, has abusive tendencies, has aggressive tendencies, then you're just going to exacerbate those things, and you may not even know it until you do the love work. And sometimes it can show up like, oh my God, my love spell worked. And then, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, 2015, when I was in Florida, one of my first clients, I'll never forget this. She talked about this. She did a whole testimonial in one of my Facebook groups. She wanted a binding spell, and I explained it to her. I went in detail. I asked her questions. I was like, are you sure? And she was like, I want it. I don't care. I want it. How much is it? If you don't, I'm gonna go, I want you to do, but I really want you to do it. I did the binding spell. About 2.5, almost 3 years later, she was like, undo it, break it. I cannot get rid of him. Like, hold on, I'm getting a weird text message. The binding spell that she wanted so bad that I didn't warn her. I just explained to her, like, are you sure? You know, because I literally said, in the future, if you decide that you don't want this relationship anymore, it might be hard to get rid of this person, especially if this is someone who naturally has an addictive nature. It's just hard to let go. And she was like, no, we're never gonna break up. Okay, I'm so sorry. I had to stop for a second. Obsession. So again, obsession too isn't always what we think it is. Obsession spells can be very good when we are trying to help open up, remove blockages, communication. Obsession doesn't mean, oh, I'm so crazy, I'm banging down your door. It can't happen. But that's not always the point. It can really help somebody focus and evaluate and think about you in the relationship and think about who you are, and just really coming to a realization of, damn, sometimes we don't miss our water till the well runs dry, right? Sometimes people don't see our perspective. Sometimes relationships are so clouded by, where'd my pen go? So clouded by emotions and things that happen. So obsession spells can really help. This light is like, hold on. Sometimes obsession spells, can really help facilitate those conversations, those thought processes. They're very good for when we're trying to push stubborn targets and manifestations to come through. We're trying to, bear with me. I should not be doing this on a video, but the light is in my eyeballs. It's good. Okay, anyway. Sometimes, okay. No, it's not gonna work. Okay, we'll do this one. Sometimes obsession spells, they're necessary, right? If we are trying to reconcile, or if we're trying to mend or heal our relationship, if we're trying to prevent a breakup, or we're trying to protect it, or we're trying to level it up, then in order for that to happen, again, if we're dealing with men, they're very logical. They're just, people in general, right? If you're dealing with someone who's emotionally shut down or emotionally blocked, man or woman, heart chakra, maybe you know, maybe you, then an obsession spell can really help get that energy, those thoughts, that fluidity, those love, like, oh yeah, this is my person, I can't stop thinking about them, that euphoric feeling back, that honeymoon phase, right? Because in the beginning of a relationship, there's always that honeymoon. It's sizzling, it's exciting, it's right. And then after it gets redundant, or after it's been too much time spent, or after you've gotten to know the person way too fast, too soon, because you spent 3 hours a night on the phone talking to them for the first month, and now it's like, oh, what do we talk about? After you've been together for 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 kids, break up, you know what I mean? And then things are just flatline. It's dull. Or it's looking like if something doesn't happen, then this could fall apart, and I don't want it to, because I love them and they love me, but it's just, we've lost the romance. We've lost the sexy. We don't even know what we've lost. We just know that we aren't there. Obsession is great for that. It's also good for when you have a target that you really do. It's like, yeah. And it's good for those, again, yeah, so we've been dating for 2 years, and you know I'm pushing daisies right about now, and you knew from day one. Very important, ladies, day one. You knew from day one, and here we are 3 years down the road. Obsession spells. Amazing. They can be customized. That's such an umbrella term. I hate that term, honestly. The word obsession, commanding, and dominating, people demonize them so much, right? They're umbrella terms for directing a concentrated energy to a specific outcome that's linked to a target, most likely a target that made a promise, or most likely a situation or scenario that there's a blockage. You know, I can't tell you how many people fall in love with someone who is like, they want it and they're open, but then they're blocked. There's trauma. There's so, oh God. Again, whole nother video. I'm not a therapist, but love openers. You know, some people will only let you in so far emotionally, or maybe that's you. This was something that I was doing a lot in my 20s. I didn't identify it. I was just being me. I was just being a young 20-something-year-old witch. But love openers are good because you can do spell work to attract that right person, that relationship. A lot of people, what happens is a lot of people get into relationships, or they'll even do magic to meet someone, and then when they meet that person, they'll only let them in so far. Like, if your heart's right here, and you're like, this person, they're amazing, right? They're like, this is their bubble. They're trying to get closer and closer and closer and closer and closer, and you're like, you can't. You're like, I'm gonna stop you right here. Can't come here. You stay here. Not here, but here. And protect yourself. I'm all for protecting yourself, protecting your peace. Like, you can be with a person a lifetime and not really know them. So definitely you want to protect yourself until the two of you have made it to a place where you feel that you can allow them in, right? And that's going to be different from everyone. That's not, I can't tell you, but the thing is, there are some people who have really not done the work and are still really holding on to a lot of things, and because of their experiences has created the sense of chain reaction that every single solitary relationship is some way, somehow, some fashion, some form could potentially be a heartbreak, or like, I know something's gonna happen. So they want the love, they want it, they're open, they're doing everything, they're pouring, and they're pouring so much in, but then you're not letting that person, you're not letting them in, and they can sense it, and then that creates a ripple, and then you're like, well, why are you acting like this? I don't understand. Like, I give you everything. And they're like, yeah, but you're not letting me in. And they might not be able to say that because they can't articulate it. That was a download. I don't know who that message was for. That was a download. In those, you know, life scenarios, that's a good place where magic attraction spells to fall in love with yourself would be very beneficial. Because if we're not letting someone in, I'm not saying free for all, like, no, don't let it just anybody in. That shit has to be earned. But if they have shown you no reason to not open a little bit, if they have shown you a lot, maybe even more than other relationships or whatever, they've really, really tried to show you that they're here for you. Like, this is the relationship. And you're having a hard time letting that in for whatever reason. Maybe there's a process. Maybe you're like, you know what? It's a 3-year thing before I don't know. That's up to you. I'm just saying, if you do have that person who you can honestly look back and be like, there's nothing, like they've done nothing wrong. There is nothing in the relationship that I just can't. Then either A, you need to get out of that relationship because I was really fucking selfish for another person, or B, you need to do some spiritual work, candle work, attraction work, like fall back in love with yourself so you can see why that person's in love with you. Because a lot of times we don't even know why somebody loves us. And it's like, why not? Because we're amazing. Hello. You're amazing. In case nobody told you, girl, you're amazing. And if you don't feel that way, whoo, pause. If you don't feel amazing and beautiful and sexy and just like you are open to receiving in your divine goddess energy, being in a relationship with a very masculine man is going to be a challenge. So before we burn one single candle on someone else, maybe we should just, you know, sprinkle a little love juice on you. Okay, that got really deep and heavy. Again, that's a whole, I could go on, that's a whole nother topic. We have been talking for over an hour. But these are real life things, and I love them. And I think I'm not a young 21-year-old witch. I'm a almost 40-year-old witch, so I definitely think my audience has even changed over the years and who I talk to. And when you get to our age, we've been through stuff. But I'm also very realistic. Realistic that enjoys, you know, mind hacking. But yeah, like, again, no heartbreaks, no sabotage here. Fuck a heartbreak. We're not into breaking hearts or wasting money. Okay, boo? If you're gonna come to me, you're gonna spend some money because it's a lot of work. But my goal is to get you what you want, which is a forever person. Not heartbroken, not time wasted, my time, and not money wasted, your money. Stormy, hey, the cat has her head. Hey. I'm so sorry if you guys had to witness that. I love my cat, I do not, but I just threw my lip gloss at her because she has her head in a plastic bag. It's an open bag, but it's still bag. I'm trying to record here. She's gonna be 2 tomorrow. You wanna see her? Look, hold on. Can I try something wrong? That's what 2-year-olds do. Stick your head in a bag while your mom's recording. Okay, let's wrap this up because, oh girl, this is a lot of energy. I'm recording this video before it gets posted, and I can hear the thumbs. I can hear the eyeballs rolling. I can hear the yes, Jasmine, I totally feel you. I can hear the appointments being made and everything in between. So obsessions. So obsession spells. Oh my God. So let me tell you this. Another reason why I love them. It's perfectly okay to help your partner, your male, logical, primal, instinctual, slightly disconnected partner just feel deeper for what he already feels. Make him go wild. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm all for a fucking obsession. Are you kidding me? Hoodoo your man if you want to keep him, because if you don't, somebody else will. And again, for those of you that are like, if he's gonna leave, I'm gonna let him go. I'm not gonna do love spells on him. If Magic can take him from me, yeah, then be the ones that be in my inbox. If that's how you feel, click off this video right now, honey, because I ain't talking to you. And that's okay. But for those of us that want to keep our man, let's start with those of us who want one, and those of us who have one, just saying, and want to keep him, fucking hoodoo him. Why? Because energy. This isn't about faithful cheating. This isn't about that. This is about energy. This is about sabotage. This is about people who hate on your relationship, like your best friend, your sister, your mama. It's about the single people, the bitches at work, his friends, his coworkers, the people that whenever you post or share or just want to be happy or just want to live, someone has something to say, and they may not say it to your face, but they think it. You want to know something? The scariest thing in the world is the fact that someone's thoughts, I mean like honing inconsistent thoughts about you, can affect you in the same way a candle does. And sometimes a little deeper, because the difference is eventually the candle has to go out. But someone who's fixated on your failure, they can think about that for years. So, yeah. Doing love work on your partner, keeping you on their mind, whether you're, and this is my thing, my 24/7 oil, like on your mind 24/7, this is from day one to as far as I'm concerned. I'm sorry, but again, we're women, and I feel like if a man, you know, if they step to us, trust me, he ain't looking at you because he thinks you're gonna be a great cook and a good mom. He ain't looking at you because all the books you read in the library. He looked at you, right? So if we even open ourselves up and allow our energy to entertain, like, okay, right? And we might like it and are willing to allow the connection to grow and us investing more time and energy to one another, you're damn right I'm going to be on your mind 24/7. See, the thing is, we are able, and when I say, if someone, I already know somebody's going to be like, oh my God, this doesn't apply to everybody, so please stop being narrow-minded. But like, there are some women who want their minds wander just like men do. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm talking to the woman. It's like, girl, I can't stop thinking about him. I cannot wait till we see each other, like that, right? We're women, how the woman that has already wrote her last name with his first name by the end of the first date. And I know some of you are probably like, oh, who does that? I talk to women on a daily basis for the past almost 10 years, imagine. But that's real. When you meet somebody and you're feeling the vibe and you're feeling the connection, you're in a place in your life that you know what you want and that he seems to check the boxes off, right? Then you don't want to risk, I'm sorry, I'm moving all over the place. I've had to move stuff, the cat was everywhere. Anyway, you want this to grow. You want an opportunity in life, circumstances, energy, people, shit happens. And if it's good and you want more of it, and you know, people have issues, there's nothing wrong with an obsession spell. Now, I'm not talking like the crazy obsession where they're like breaking through your window and doing all that crazy shit. Trust me. I've learned to tone them down. But where they wake up and they're like, oh my God, I was thinking about you. Every time I close my eyes, you were on my mind. That type of obsession. The kind that, you know, they just randomly show up at your house one day with flowers because you haven't answered their calls in 2 days. Now, no, we don't want random people showing up at our house, but let's be real. Again, you have to be like me. It's like, oh, like, all right then, okay, you got some flowers, you can't come in, but we can go out, you know, like, anyway, I'm sure I'm losing a lot of people. This is mermaid magic around here. This right here is fluid waters. This is how we roll. So where are my Pisces babies at? Scorpio, Cancer. I should probably do a love video for like different zodiac signs, because I am sensing that, yeah, where I just went, some people will probably be like, whoa, you just totally lost me off the bandwagon. I'm like, girl, I'm diving deeper into the ocean. Okay. Now, period sex, obsession, love spells, love magic. Newsflash. And you probably already know this, but if you don't, I'm going to tell you. Yeah. Period sex. Oh my goodness. Now, for those of you that are listen, sister, we don't need none of that. We all get it. We get it, right? The good, the bad, the ugly, and in between. Some people do it, some people don't, some people love it, some people can't. Some people's lady days are amazing, and but that. Okay, now that we're done, period sex magic, your partner enjoying your love essence, your life creation liquid, because we incubate humans in our abdomen. I mean, I don't even, should we even be called humans? Because that seems like some alien shit to me. But we grow people, and we literally have life force. Having sex on your period is the ultimate love spell, the ultimate binding spell, the ultimate obsession spell. So for those who say they don't believe in love spells, I'm not going to do that. Well, you know what? If your partner's running red lights, guess what? You are already casting on them just without reaping the benefits. So let's talk about it. Someone asked me to do a blood magic video, and I'm going to do a blood magic. Blood magic and lady days, I mean, it's still, right? But it's a little different. So, period sex, sex magic, manifesting, binding, and getting ahead is very powerful. Now, this type of magic isn't just solitary to, I want to keep my partner in check. This is like, this is life energy, okay? Life giving, life breathing, life growing energy. It is the most sacred, the most, some will disagree, and I understand that, beautiful time. It's not pleasant for a lot of women, and 13 years in gynecology, labor and delivery, OBGYN, before I went public helping you guys in the witch world. So I have a 13-year career history in watching babies pop out of vaginas and everything else that goes in between the female reproductive system. So when I say this to you, I'm not saying this to you from a, ooh, I'm saying this to you from, I have been in the, when you go to the doctor and the doctor has a nurse in the exam room while he's looking up your hoo-ha, I'm that nurse, right? When you were in labor and delivery and you were pushing a baby out, I was in that room. So I say to you, wherever you are in your, whether you're menopausal, premenopausal, postmenopausal, haven't had a cycle, PCOS, right here, PCOS, trying to conceive, lose weight, all that shit. Our bodies and our menstrual, our blood, the blood that runs through our veins in my brain ain't the same blood that comes through our life portal. This is the gateway to heaven. Spirits come through our gateway. So you don't ever have to light a candle on your partner. Ever. This is male partner, female partner. I mean, again, I love the ladies, but my experiences with men, and you know, there are some relationships and couples that are totally free and open with their sexuality and they're comfortable. There are women who they're comfortable. I know there's some women that just have a lot going on and it's just not, you know, sex is just not an option during that time for whatever reason. Totally respectable. But for those of you who it is something that is an option, you know, and something that you and your partner enjoy, you're casting a love spell. And yeah, someone's like, well, it's all about intention. No, not this one. You don't have to have an intention. You are casting a love spell. And I'm not talking, not the time that, not those of you like, well, I did that and he still cheated. I'm not talking about that. This is the most sacred time that you can be sharing your essence with someone, and it holds so much power. Like, it can grow a tiny little human that can come out and like breathe and stuff. You're sharing that with someone that, you know why women be in relationships and have you ever seen like celebrities where they look all washed up and their husbands are thriving and they're like, oh, it's menopause. No, he just sucked up all her good essence. her witchy magic, and she didn't even realize that she was casting on him and never had an intention to reap the benefits. So, if you are one who is totally free and comfortable with your body and your partner at any stage of your cycle, and you know that this is something that you're going to engage in anyway, honey, make a sigil, light a candle, make a wish, think of something. Save, put a tampon, maxi pad in a Ziploc bag, stick it in the freezer, and use it for your candle work. Oh, don't those do that. Really? It's the oldest form of magic. It dates back before BC. You don't believe me? Look it up for yourself. Women have been bleeding since the beginning of time. And guess what? Men have been sticking it up in there with or without. Some don't, religions, cultures, whatever. But at the end of the day, this is something that our bodies have been doing. And for anyone to even, if you want to even challenge this, just unsubscribe. Just save me the trouble of having to delete you. Anyone who wants to even question or challenge the mere thought of how magical and amazing us women are, from the mere fact that we have the nectar of life, as my microphone dies. And if you have a vagina and you want to challenge that, girl, get off my page, because but for those of you who know, you know. And yeah, this is, again, talk about old folk magic. Saving a tampon or a maxi pad. Are you fed that canzones, boiling your panties and making some spaghetti with it, honey? Again, we're protecting our investment, because they're men. And there's a lot of women. There's more women on the world than there are men. Okay, moving right along. Every topic, I feel, this is such a micro, this is like a scratch. I could go into 5-hour videos of all these topics. So this is just a third-party removal. Hex the ex, or get rid of the other person, or there is the woman across the street, next door, the coworker in his office, the ex that won't get over it, the ex-baby mama, ex-wife, that third-party removal. Do they work? Yeah. But, whew, situations and scenarios, sequence of events, huge, 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 huge. Third-party removals. Well, first of all, it has to be a third party. Let's define third party. Third party means there are two people over here. Okay, so third party removal when it comes to spell work. And please understand, I'm a teacher, so I have to teach, right? I'm talking to you from a spiritual, magical, witchcraft-y. I'm going to consult a professional practitioner and spend my life savings to fix my relationship, but I need to make sure I'm getting the right thing. This is what they're not going to tell you. Third party removal is me and this person, and we are doing this, right? And now there is the ex, the baby mama, the co-worker, the FedEx chick, the laundry lady, the valet parker, the somebody, and she is right? And now he is like, what? Don't laugh at me, you guys have a point here. And she is just all up it. She is like, fucking leech, bitch, don't go away. Let me show you what third party removal is not. When it comes to spell work. What third party, when somebody tells me they want to book a third party removal, and the third party is the wife, that's a totally different spell. So, this is what third party isn't. You got me or you, the man. This is what third party isn't. Oh, can you guys see this? Third party isn't this. Beep, 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 get it? That's not third party. That is him going between her and her. Now, technically, is this a third party? Well, it all depends. But at the end of the day, this is a man who's choosing to deal with multiple women. That's a different type of spell. At least for me. The way I practice. Somebody else, I don't know, you can go elsewhere. Go pay $2,000 to get a third party removal. To remove a third party removal of the wife. Not saying it can't be done. Not saying it shouldn't happen. I'm just saying let's understand the type of magic that we're doing. And again, my channel is to educate you. You don't ever have to come to me. You don't ever have to book an appointment, like a comment, leave a video, or pay me for spell work. There's all of a sudden, there's a million practitioners of magic. And, you know, and everybody has a different way of practicing, different opinion, different results and everything, and that's all good. Go to the practitioner that makes you feel the way you want to feel, okay? You know, but I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't even post this. If we want results, we have to address the root cause, and we have to be honest what the root cause is. A woman trying to step into your whatever, right? Y'all saw it. A lot of you may not agree, and that's okay. You know, that's my perception of it, and that's how I see things, because that's going to change how I do my magic. You understand what I'm saying? If my fiance's ex was trying to get with him, that's a third party fucking removal. Like, bitch, you got to go. If he's talking to the both of us, that's a whole nother, I'm a hex yo cheat. Girl, that's not just a 30. I'm not saying she ain't wrong, but that motherfucker, ooh, YouTube is going to demonetize me. That's a whole different sort. It says spell work. Sis, it's beyond a third party removal. You need a limp dick spell, a facet spell, a binding spell, a stay your ass home spell, a shut top talking and attraction. And it says there's a lot. Or maybe you need to leave them alone. I don't know. I can't promote that because this is a candle magic channel, and what is channel? This is a candle magic channel, and candle magic is designed to design your life, and I'm all for getting what you want, and I love magic. Love magic works, hunty. You can't tell me that it doesn't, but it works when we are realistic. Realistic to a certain extent. Okay, let me finish my notes. This is the longest. I haven't done a video this long in so long. If you guys, for those of you that have stuck through this, God bless you. Y'all got a treat at the end. For everybody that clicked off or disagreed or got angry or left a funky ass comment, well, I love y'all too. You know what? This last one, I think I need to say for a second. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna give you guys two choices. Choice number one, we can talk about love altars in detail, but I can't really give you a choice because you're not live. So I guess I have to decide for you. Choice number two, I'm gonna feel the energy. We can talk about love altars in a solo video, or, okay, I guess this is for those of you who have stuck to the end because I'm tired of talking. But so, okay, new moon, love day, Pisces season. You know, Pisces is that water energy, that communication, that love energy. Call me biased, but in my opinion, I mean, we all know that love zodiac signs, water zodiac signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Water is the best time because it governs emotions to do love spells, right? Again, in my opinion, out of the three, Pisces seems to be, someone's going to disagree. If I were to do love spells, I would do them under Pisces. And not just because I'm a Pisces, but because of just the different characteristics of other water signs. Not bashing you. I love y'all water signs. Listen, Moon in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio. Venus in Scorpio. If you know, you know. Okay? So Scorpio, Cancers, love them all. I love all of my fellow water mates. But with Pisces being in March, I don't want to go on a tangent. March, spring, new creations, new, right? New love, new opportunities, new baby, new husband, wife, new ring, new, just newness. As far as love work is concerned, we have the new moon in, I was gonna say in February, new moon in Aquarius. And we're kind of hitchhiking behind that with Pisces energy, and then we go into Astara and springtime and all of the beautiful things that, so my point is, this is the most amazing magical time that if you're ready to summon your soulmate, manifest your forever person, if you're in a space in your life where you're like, you know, time is going by, like time, maybe it's just me. I mean, I know I'm 38, so I'm so young, but I'm just like, God, I was 21 yesterday. We all have a time limit and we all have a time clock. And, you know, it's like today it's storming. It's raining, it's pouring. Like, these are the nights I can't, oh my God, I've spent so many years at home alone. And I have no problem being by myself. No problem. Like, I was single, raising an own child, like being alone. What's alone is my happy place. But I also know there were those nights where it rained, maybe snow where you are, where it stormed, where the power went out. God, when I was in Florida, being from LA, and there was like a freaking tornado in Boynton Beach. If you know, again, if you know, you know, because somebody would be like, Boynton Beach doesn't have tornadoes. Yeah, that's what I thought too, till I moved there. If you remember 2016. There were just a lot of times in my life where when I was single, happily single, it was like, oh. And then you get to a point in your life where, you know, you get to a different chapter and it's just time for different things. So anyway, I got so far off the topic of love altars. Love altars, self-love, attraction, goddess worship. I mean, you guys can't really see it right now. Okay, I'll put a little clip in at the end. Sidebar, when we talk about goddess worship, so I have this whole video idea about working with goddesses and what happens when they drop you. So if you're someone that's interested in that, comment down below. Just be like, I'm interested, because I really want to do that. But I was like, I don't want to keep giving you guys content you don't want. Okay, so anyway, my point is, new moon, or Cupid's Day, February 14th. You know, I'm all about energy. I'm not so much hung up on, like, people get hung up on holidays, and it's energy, people. It's energy. It's collective energy that everybody's thought process is happening at the same time. And then what happens is they put it out and it creates this net. And if you want to tap into it, it's like switchboard. Like, if you want to plug into it to draw some of that energy for your manifestation, it's there for the keeping. It's like, it's there, so use it. I said that to say, I got a couple of rituals. Oh, I don't know, you guys, I haven't even told you. I assumed everybody. I have a new website. I have Afterpay too, sidebar. Someone was like, can you get, the people asked me forever, like, can you get Afterpay? I didn't even know what the hell Afterpay was. I have Afterpay. But my point is, so, love openers, rituals, February 14th, and new moon February 9th, 10th, right? New moon in Aquarius. March new moon is going to be in March. We're off. Last year we had 13 full moons, bunch of eclipses. There's a leap year this year. That means I have to wait like an extra day for my birthday, March 2nd. But yeah, so with Aquarius, oh, happy birthday for those Aquarius coming up. God, I like Aquarius. Analytical, smart thinkers. I don't have any air in my chart, so maybe it helps a little bit. I don't know, but hello to all of you Aquarius. Communication, air signs govern communication. So if you're trying to communicate something to the universe, if you're trying to communicate something to your partner, if you're trying to reconcile, if you're trying to draw in a new love mate, you think about air, like how air flows, right? Air flows, oxygen, we're all breathing it, or I mean, that's at least what they tell us. Air, you can't see it, you can't, I guess you can measure it, but you can't see it, but you know it's there and it works. Air element for magic and manifestation. I'm talking to you, my breath, my air, my life force is coming out. So in terms of love workings, if you are in a space where your communication could be better, or you could have, it's just gone. Like, I haven't talked to this person in 6 months. Aquarius energy is fantastic for that. New moon and all those good things. And then we have Pisces. I mean, it's Pisces, come on. I probably shouldn't say that because there's so many, I see so many, I'd be in Facebook groups and people be commenting about how much they're like, I dated a Pisces and they broke my heart. And I'm like, what did you do to us first? Anyway, shout out to my Pisces. Any March 2nd babies, any Pisces babies, any Aquarius babies. So being that's a water sign is great for love magic. And so I am, I said I was going to wait till next, but anyway, summoning your soulmate. Let's do it. Let's find your forever person. Or let's just make you attractive, like the get your sexy back. Oh my God, I burned a whole candle on the get my sexy back. Yeah. So this month I am opening up my schedule for love consultations. These consultations are geared towards those who either want to figure out how to energetically, spiritually, and magically repair, rekindle their relationship. So it's like, oh my God, we're on the verge of breaking up, or something feels off. Like, what can I do spiritually? And I get it. Like, everybody can't burn candles, and that's okay. There are oils you can wear, oils you can put on your front doorknob. There are spiritual baths and washes. There's affirmations. There are crystals. Like, there's an abundance of stuff, right? There are, for those who are looking to summon their soulmate, that's like a physical, I mean, I don't want to say physical, like a 3D and a spiritual thing at the same time, because yes, we can burn the attraction candle. We can burn the come to me candle. We can wear the oils. We can wear the orris root and the damiana and the red, in the, not licorice root, the red raspberry. We can do all of that, right? But if you sit in your house, it's not really going to work. So you have to figure out what's dating method. If you're getting back into the pool of dating, I'm sorry, that glare is bothering me. What, like in the dating world, like what's going to work for you? You guys know, if you've talked to me, you know, I'm a huge fan of dating sites, and it's like, oh, dating sites. Yeah. What used to be taboo is totally the only way people meet now. Just like witchcraft. Witchcraft was so taboo. Yet everybody is watching tarot videos about their zodiac sign. And anyway, so how to attract your forever person, how to manifest them with or without a candle, and like, what are the 3D steps? Like, okay, when I work with you, it's like, okay, this is your person. This is the big thing that everybody misses. I learned this, and I missed this too. I used to talk to you guys about this on my YouTube channel, and then like, I grew up, life goes on, and I'm like, oh, that might not work. When you are designing your life partner, and yes, I mean designing, because we are energetic beings and we are enchantress. We are designing. What do you think? One ritual way. One ritual to design what you want. We're designing the type of lifestyle that we want for ever, right? Or duration. One thing that people tend to look over, that is the first thing that I guide my students to analyze, is self. Forget writing down all the characteristics of the type of person you want. How do you plan to show up in the relationship? What, like, they can check off all the boxes, but do you? What energy, effort, what are you going to pour into it? And the reason why this is important is so that what you're able to give, you attract someone that can match that. Whew, another video, another time. So, but that's some of the things that we will talk about. Like I want to do a video on it, but that's like a sample of where we're going to start. And then we're going to start designing your man. We're going to start crafting him from head to toe. Everything. Anatomically correct. And psychologically, mentally, emotionally, financially. And yes, we'll figure out. Listen, I've learned the hard way. So we'll get into all those nitty gritties. The spiritual work. Like, what candle do I burn? I'm all for attraction love spells on yourself. Hello. On a periodic basis. Like, don't think you can just do one and get a man and that's it. No, honey, you better be attracting yourself. Not even for him, just for yourself. Like, all things that you want to attract, you should be doing that on a regular basis. But we'll talk about that. And then just like the 3D-dimensional, how are you going to meet this person? Yeah, I was going to tell you guys that in the next video, but that's what's happening for this month. My website will be in the description box, all the info, how to join. But there was one more thing too. I'm doing so many different things. I'll get to that, the planner and all that anyway. So, love month, summoning your soulmate. And the cat is still in the plastic bag. Whew. I cannot sit here and watch her do that. But, anything else on my list? Do you guys have any questions? I went on, this video seems like it was like 5,000 hours long. That's the longest I've done. Do you guys have any questions? It's such a big topic. I could still break these down into micro sections. Stormy, please, my love. Okay, I have to go. My kitten is chewing on a feather and a plastic bag at the same time. Hold on. It's my lip gloss. I'm not going to hit her. I just want to hit the pillow. Good. Just enough to get her to leave the bag alone. And then, no. Hey, come here, Mama. Come here. Come. Can you over here? Please. Okay. I love you guys. Questions, comments, leave them down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Did I lose you? I know this was a long ass video. I was rambling. I haven't talked to you guys in so long and get so excited. I have so much information. I'm like, I want to break some of these things down in smaller steps. If you want to book an appointment to talk about, like we can do a consultation, love consultations. That's new too. Oh my God. You guys who are new, or not new, but like oldies but goodies don't know the new stuff, and the new ones, welcome. Love consultations here, Distant Reiki, starting next week. Get him and keep him, coaching course. But I love magic. Maybe, I don't know. I do. I'm working from such a heart-centered place, and I want to see everybody be happy, and everybody deserves love. And I know that at 35 at the time, 36, I was just like, I'm in a place, again, for me, not everybody, but I was like, why? Like, I don't, I'm a love butt. I want a partner. Why am I not dating? I wasn't even dating at the time. So anyway, long story short, did a love spell, met my partner 2 weeks later, 6 months later, he proposed. A lot of people would be like, how do you marry somebody in 6 months? How do you not marry somebody in 5 years? Just saying. So, yeah, if you're a 30 and up, that was one hell of a ritual. And it was, well, let me say this, I back up. Disclaimer, I did not do a spell to get proposed to. I never did. I did a love spell on myself to meet a person who would feel that I'm the right partner for them. And being the right partner for them, they would, and someone who wanted to be married, they would propose sooner rather than later, because a girl's eggs are getting old. And that's just the truth. So I don't know. That may not apply to you 20-somethings, but it might apply to you 30-somethings. And that's a whole last beautiful, oh my God. I've only given that ritual to 2 of my friends. That's not something I'm ever going to post here on publicly or YouTube. That will be in a private coaching session. So if that, and it has to be customized to you and your situation. So if that's something that you want, then you can book a private session. Comment below. I'll read them. I will reply as many as I can. All of my information to contact me directly will be down in the description box. I didn't even get to the candle. I didn't even get to show you. Oh my God, the candle. I'm gonna have to do a part 2 because we have an attraction candle. But anyway, if you can't do candles, or you don't want to do candles, or you just really would love to book me to do your candle, then the love opener. Yeah, the love opener. That's coming soon. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram for the announcement. I won't be posting it here on YouTube, but I'll only be taking a small number of people. I think, I think it's 12. I double check, but I'm only going to be taking 12 people, right? Whoever wants to come, but most of you are sexy single ladies. I'm only taking 12 people for that new moon ritual. And then I'm only going to be taking 12 people for the Valentine's Day ritual, but there'll be more info on that. Anyway, comment, like, subscribe. If you like this, please, so YouTube, you know, keeps me here. Come hang out with me on Instagram and TikTok, Facebook. I'm there a whole lot more than I'm here, and I love YouTube, and I love you guys, my day oneers. I know some of you aren't on social media like that, so this is the only time we get to talk. And my goal is to make an effort to be here way more often, but as you can see, I go so long that I miss you so much, and I end up talking for 2 hours. And if anyone's even still watching this video, I'd be shocked. But if you are, can you just give me like a little heart so I know that you watched it to the end? I'm like, oh my God. And for those of you that did watch it to the end, this is how I'm going to know. If you're still watching this video and you're already at the end, I want you to post the little cat with the heart eyes. Little kitty cat. You can find, go on, cat with the heart eyes emoji. That's how I'm going to know all the people that actually, because I didn't mention this earlier. Comment the cat with the heart eyes and leave me your email. Leave me your email, and I'm gonna gift you guys something. I haven't announced it yet. It's not on sale yet. It's not going on sale till my birthday, but for those of you that leave the little heart eyes, cat heart eyes, and your email, I'm gonna email you guys something. Give me a minute though. You ain't gonna get it tomorrow. But I will work on it this week, and I'm gonna send you guys something very special just because you stuck this long. Hell, I'm surprised I stuck this long. I love you guys. Love Magic. I can talk about it forever. And I'm so for doing it. And I'm about to do a whole ass love spell to do tonight, actually, after I drink a Red Bull or something. Get them and keep them. All I can say is to this: your heart wants what it wants. We all deserve love. Life is too short. We're all going to die one day. Don't waste your time on individuals who don't deserve it. And the ones that do, well, there's a candle for that. And everything that you desire is just one ritual away. I would love to work with you. Have a good night. I will be back here. Won't be this long again, but I will be back here, and I love you, and I appreciate your support. I really do. You guys don't even know. All right. Mystic out.